Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Cambridge RTG here on the ChesnoidGaming channel. We had a wobble in the last episode. We are now 6 without a win. So very much wanting to get back to winning ways today if we possibly can. And we have a good opportunity to do so with the first game of the episode. Millwall are 21st in the table and having a poor year. Then we've Burnley, who are top. Swansea, who are in the playoffs as well. And then Peterborough United, who are down in the lower mid-table themselves, which is where we've been slipping towards of late. So we'll sim this first game against Millwall. Hopefully that might get us back to winning ways, but I'd like to win a game that I play today as well, if possible. We're relatively okay defensively in the last episode, but certainly it was going forward that we were struggling. We had a slight change to the 11. Scott Twine, who's not really performed for us so far at this level, has been moved slightly further forward and slightly narrower. I was initially going to move Ollie Burke straight into the starting lineup and swap Twine out, but we'll try Twine in a slightly different position, see if we can get a little bit more out of him. Obviously was one of our main signings in the opening window of this season as we stepped up to a new level, and is our joint second highest rated player behind Chapman at 79, level with Teddy Coles at left back. So we want to get more out of him, and hopefully we will be able to do so with him in that position. Now, Millwall are 21st, we are at home, and we do get a win. Joey Ironside, the man with the goal, again, providing all of the goals for us so far this season, it feels like. Unfortunately, Chapman sent off with a second yellow card just 4 minutes into the second half. So whilst we've gotten our first victory in 7 games, for the next one, we're going to be without him, George Chapman. Banned for a game for a double yellow card offence. Sold, however, is Cameron Borthwick-Jackson. You saw me accept that at the end of the last episode, and we're confirming that he will now leave us when we reach January, which will free up the funds to offer new contracts to everybody in the squad that we want to offer new contracts to. Working our finances as best we can at this stage. Nothing in the last youth scout reports for us of any real note whatsoever, unfortunately, so nothing to bring to you there. Next up for us, top of the table, Burnley. After Norwich's 4-4-2 working well for them in the last episode, Burnley are actually doing the same. They've got a hell of a team for championship level as well. How this squad got relegated from the Premier League is a bit of a mystery. 82 rated Nick Pope in goal, Connor Roberts at right back, Saad Aguzul at centre back alongside an 83 rated Ben Godfrey, Philip Max at left back as well. Abdallah Seema on the right-hand side at 80 rated. An 82 rated James Ward-Prowse at centre mid alongside a much lower 70 rated Adam Phillips. Valentin Gonzalez, a regen on the left. Then Antonin Barak at 81 rated up top alongside also 81 rated Wout Weghorst. The bench is certainly weaker, but with Samaseku and Antakapa there as well, they've got a hell of a team, Burnley. No wonder they're top of the table with like 11 wins or 13 wins from their first 16 games. I think it's 11 wins from their first 16 games and 3 draws. 11 wins, 3 draws, and 1 defeat? 2 defeats from the first 16 games. Flying at the top of the table. Obviously, Conde now in for the banned Chapman just for this game. So fingers crossed we can hold our own here. But, I mean, if ever there was a game you'd expect me to lose, it would be this one. Not many times you're going to beat Wout Weghorst in the air, so we'll be pleased with that. Right, Scott Twine on the counter-attack. Oh, tried a little scoop turn there to get past him. Didn't quite work. And now here come Burnley on the counter as it's fallen kindly for them. Thankfully, they've taken their time and gone backwards. Weghorst is a monster up top, obviously. Monster who's given it straight to me there, thankfully. Back to Rodoni, forward to Joey. And here is Conde looking for Twine out wide. He's onside, he's done really well. He's onside. He's done really well. Looking for Conde. Oof! Headed towards the top corner there. Conde not much of a goal scorer for us, but he does have the occasional banger in the locker, doesn't he? Joey can't get the shot away before Aguzul gets the tackle in. Well, a positive start here against Burnley's 4-4-2. This Seema on the near side is only 6'2", but he looks massive. Even compared to giant Wout Weghorst, he actually looks quite tall. Got really strong physical side, Burnley, which is, I guess, what you would expect from them. Roberts inside there to James Ward-Prowse. He's kind of the one player in their team that has the standout, exceptional technical ability. Ward-Prowse will deliver the corner from this near side as well. And it is a good delivery. And Weghorst is there. And a mixture of the defender and the goalkeeper in the way on the line to get rid of it. Twine knocks that down nicely to Rodoni. And here comes a potential counter-attack for us. But they've got a lot of bodies back. Just going to slow it down and take it slower. I've been getting a little bit rash with my offensive football in the last episode. And I'm wanting to slow it down. Be a bit more composed today if I can. Just to ensure that we have a better chance of picking up some points, but it would help if Scott Twine was onside. Josh Key into Lancaster. Stone with some room to run into. Ward-Prowse trying desperately to close me down. I was trying to play that first time to Rodoni. We have gotten it to him, and we lead at Turf Moor. The away fans finally see a goal for their team in a played game. You guys finally see a goal for my team in a played game after 3 ducks yesterday. Zip against Nottingham Forest, zip against QPR, and zip in the final game as well. We have managed to get the ball in the back of the net. And of course, the one team we do score against, top of the table and flying Burnley with an 82 rated Nick Pope in goal, who didn't even try for that. But I think it was because he knew he didn't stand a chance. We lead by a goal to 0 at Turf Moor. That is much better. Teddy Coles. Twine is in. Oh, what are you doing, Burnley? What are you doing? Try and tuck this back. And here's Jack Rodoni again! Oh, we won't get a better chance, will we? We won't get a better chance to extend our lead. It's going to be 1-0 at half-time. But, boy, it should have been 2. It really should have been 2. It could yet still be 2. Looking for Twine. Finding Twine into the middle. Yo! It should have been 2. It really should have been 2. Conde versus Weghorst for an aerial battle. Not necessarily one that Amara's going to win, is it? Key to Lancaster. Good footwork. Jack's had a quiet season, I have to be honest, so far. Josh Key looking for the runner, Joey. Joey will look for Stone, and Stone will look for Lancaster. I'll try and tuck this back looking for Joey. And we'll find him well. He's spun nicely. Conde, Coles, Twine around the corner. Delivered in. And Rodoni's there. Brilliant save. Excellent header from Jack Rodoni. Top quality save from Nick Pope. I don't quite know how he got to it. That was a really world-class save from their goalkeeper to ensure that they're still in the game. Burnley still 1-0 down, but it could have been a lot worse for them had that found the bottom corner. Elijah Stone looking for Scott Twine, who's got some space to get into here. That space disappears. Oh, intercepted. Given away by Burnley. Lancaster gets the nod, or the turn on Philip Max, and now Joey's in. Got Aguzul with him. He's turned him. Oh, Joey Ironside's left foot is not that good. Yikes. Samaseku quickly forward to Barak, and Brownhill out wide here to Sima. And it was building really nicely for them until that moment. A loose pass is all it takes to break a move down. And then one man pushing forward to help his team out offensively, and getting stuck out of position defensively is all it takes to throw a game away. Oh, Jackie boy. We got lucky to actually break free of the defender, and when we did, didn't take full advantage of it. Some changes for me. Falconer is on for the first time in that cam spot, and Sherdler is on for Lancaster, who could have left the pitch as a game-winning hero. Wasn't to be. Sherdler into Falconer, who doesn't get to it. Sima. I've got many options. He's going to get around the outside of Josh Key, though. Sima swapped wings in this second half. And he's pretty tricky to deal with, it seems. But Keane Bryan in the way. Sherdler to Falconer. Don't lose it. Well done. Good lad. Forward there to Stone. I see the run on the far side of Twine. It's a brilliant ball by Elijah Stone. Excellent pass. Going to need support, though, for Twine, who's caught late. He might be in trouble, though. It's just the yellow card for the Burnley man. Now, a last gasp second goal would absolutely seal it. I'm going to dink and float this towards the back post. Well, Falconer is there. Joey! Oh, would have been a worldie. But it wasn't. Oh, intercepted by Samaseku. And there is seconds remaining, but they've given it straight to Conde. And well, after yesterday's 3 games, you certainly wouldn't have expected this game to go this way. But that's FIFA for you. And unfortunately for Burnley, they've been done on their own turf. More. 1-0 to Cambridge. 3 points on the board. Only 2 shots for Burnley in the end. Peterborough lose 4-1. Back-to-back victories for us now in today's episode. He's back and available again, George Chapman. But, well, I don't know whether Conde deserves to hold on to his position for the time being. Jack Lancaster's completed his growth up to 74 rated now, but continually can grow yet further. Do we go for wide playmaker? Do I go for... I'd like to improve his finishing, but I also don't want to artificially boost his weak foot. We'll go for wide playmaker. We'll go for wide playmaker. 2 weeks until he hopefully goes up another rating. We're up to 9th again in the table. Up next after a 2-week break, Swansea. Back to 5 backs now for the next game. It's Swansea with Stephen Bender in goal. Nathaniel Ogbeta at right back. Scott Butler, Cabango and Finley Burns at centre back with Ryan Manning at left back. Some questionable inclusions there at centre back for them with Burns and particularly Scott Butler. Oliver and Cham with Matt Grimes in the midfield in the 2, with Morgan Whittaker on the right, Florent Muslia on the left, with Joel Pirro up top through the middle. Swansea in the playoffs though, 4 points ahead of us. They're currently 6th, we're currently 10th, and the gap is 4 points. But win here and we close it to a single point. And Joey Ironside continually the league's top goal scorer. Stop him if you can. Lovely ball by Whittaker into Pirro, who's got support arriving, trying to pigeonhole him into the corner. But he's found Ncham, who has gone for a worldie, and excellent handling from Michael Cooper to ensure that he didn't lose that. Denies them any potential corner from a parry as well, but Swansea certainly looked dangerous with that first chance of the game. Title race is quite hot at the top of the table, but it's not a title race we are involved in. I was going to say yet, but I guess yet is the right word, but not necessarily in reference to yet this season, meaning yet in this save. Twine with a dig out from nowhere, but couldn't get it to dip in time. I envisage us potentially challenging for automatic promotion next season in the Championship, I would imagine. But for the time being, I don't think we're quite there yet. But with some more growth this year from the majority of the players in our team, then definitely I think we can consider ourselves promotion contenders next year with regards... Well, actually title contenders next year. We're probably playoff contenders this year, barring little wobbles like we had yesterday. A pen given and a yellow card. What for? I tried to block a shot. Has Keane Bryan taken a man out? I'm sorry. He stepped in to try and block the shot, Keane Bryan, and the referee's pointed to the spot. What about this? Screams foul. He has the shot. I'm just late reaching for it. Then in the follow-through of the shot, he just stands on Keane Bryan's foot. Barely even touches him. Wow. Wow. Oliver and Cham from the spot for Swansea. Oh, keeper went the right way. Might have actually gotten a slight fingertip to it, but Swansea take a 1-0 lead. The way they got the penalty was perhaps a bit shitty, but that's a world-class penalty from Oliver and Cham. You don't stop those. Keeper did get something on it, but was never going to keep that out. Swansea lead by a goal to 0. Whittaker with options. And Cham being one of them. He's running the game, isn't he, and Cham here. Ogbeta played in down the line. Oh, and just twisting one way, then the other. It's massive as well, Ogbeta. Why does everybody have giant left wingers in today's episode? And Cham off the post. So close to a second for Swansea. And he really is just running things at the minute, Oliver and Cham, although we've turned away from him well there. Find Jack Lancaster. He's going to have to turn away from a man again. Josh Key looking for Elijah Stone. Rudoni's here. We use the left back. Teddy can go to Scott Twine, who's begging for it, calling for it. Twine will look inside for Joey. Runners around me. Here's Stone. We use the right back. Take your time, Ches. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. You've got players in space, so use them. Ah, he says, as someone extends a 17-metre long boot to get on the end of that. Looking for Joey. Nice idea. Poorly executed. Here's Whittaker. Inside to and Cham. And Pirro. And Muslia. And Pirro again. Can't deal with it. Similar to our goal against Burnley, the goalkeeper can just watch it fly into the back of the net, because that's just unbelievable from Burnley. From Swansea. Just can't get near them when they do that, the opposition. That's 2-0. They might not have deserved the penalty, but they certainly deserved that goal. And it looks like we're going to get defeat away from home in Wales, although we will give it a hell of a go in the second half to try and bring this back round. Well, that slide tackle went well. Muslia. Nicely done by Conde. That's a better tackle. Not that the other one was bad. Bad, really. They just got away from it. Still won the ball cleanly, as we did with Brian there. And Josh Key will find Conde. We'll try and get away here, but Swansea have been so solid defensively. It's been really tough to try and get past them. Oh, wait. And then we'll get Josh Key in behind. And he is really in behind here. We'll stand the cross up. Joey just can't get there in time. And Whittaker will clear. Pirro with and Cham here in support. Swansea have just been a step too high for us in this one. We did really well to battle with Burnley as well as we did. I was really pleased with the performance at Turf Moor. But here away from home on this occasion, we've not quite had the same level of ability. But Joey pulls one back in the 65th minute. That's what I was trying to do with the other chance. He couldn't get there on that occasion. This time he does. Throws himself at it. And we are back in the game. Twine with the ball out wide to Teddy Coles. And he just gets to it first, Joey. And he couldn't really miss from 3 yards out, could he? 2-1. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Conde to Chapman off the bench. In at Cam. Lancaster to Joey. Only real option I had, but... Oh, keep it in. Here's Josh Key. He does keep it in well. Joey's actually offered his support. He recognised that his pass was that bad. Into Twine. Looking for Stone. Lovely ball. Oh, dear. It's probably the only reaction I can have with Stone's eventual shot. Or was he offside? I mean, that's not offside. He missed anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, that's not offside. Oh, never mind. We have won it back with Twine. Conde forward to Stone, looking for Chapman. Joey around the corner. Oh, Joey around the corner. Mr. Ironside is in. Forced wide by excellent defending from Ogbeta, who got back at me, stopped me being able to turn it onto his right, forced onto his weaker foot. And it wasn't far away, but it was always travelling past that post from the moment it left his foot, unfortunately. A good opportunity. Well worked, but again, poorly executed. But they've given the ball away here. Oh, Joey gets caught there. Needed quicker footwork to try and work it around so I could get the pass off and try and do something from open play. From the set piece, we will look for a ball short. And Joey is played in, and he has Chapman with him. Chapman out here to Twine. That's Elijah Stone. Just trying to keep the move alive. Just trying to keep it alive. Lancaster, stay on side, Jack, for Christ's sake. Joey Ironside to Stone. Oh, given away. One back again. Come on, Josh. All the way around the outside. Josh Key crosses, and it wasn't worth waiting for. Nicely intercepted by Keane Bryant. Stone across to Chapman. Plenty of Swansea men back here, but Coles is arriving on the left-hand side again. Can't get it in. I just can't. Here's Twine. Oh, I needed a better dribbling. If he beats that man, it's a simple ball to play in Joey. and surely a chance at least of a second goal. Oh, Bene just using his strength to hold me off there. If I'd have tried to win the ball, I'd have only ended up knocking it out for a throw. So I had to try and rely on him messing up and just gifting it to me. It didn't happen. It hasn't happened here away from home at the Liberty Stadium. Swansea are going to beat us by 2-1. Although, having scored one back, I'm now, again, really frustrated at the way that they won their penalty. Or I say won their penalty, the way that they were gifted and given their penalty. That certainly, in my opinion, wasn't one. We should have had a point from that game, I feel. We should have had a point from that game, but we'll have to settle for defeat, unfortunately. Into the next one, which is against Peterborough United. And if there was ever a game I wanted to win this season, it's this next one. It's Derby Day. Very important day. This will be a fixture in real life next season as well, which I am very excited for. Christy Pym in goal for them. Idris Kanu, Max Wallace, regen at centre-back alongside Josh Knight, Frankie Kent and Harrison Burrows. Jondo or Yeando Fuchs on the right side of the midfield too, with Jack Taylor there alongside him. Kwame Poku at cam with Aurelian Shadler up top alongside the 68 rated Jack Marriott. More regens on the bench, a couple in fact, and not many higher rated options to call upon. Peterborough 19th in the table. We are 9th in the table. Chapman back to the starting lineup and Jack Lancaster up now to 75 rated. Also, Doyle into the starting lineup with a view to making that permanent. He was lower rated than Keane Bryan, and Bryan has been rock solid, but with Doyle showing some growth and obviously being 21 years of age, I feel obliged to give him a run in the starting lineup alongside 16-year-old Gwilt to hopefully create the partnership that will continue to be there for the rest of the save. We will wait and see, but hopefully Doyle can have a good game. And fingers crossed, on Derby Day, we're the ones that come out on top. This is the game to win. This is absolutely the game to win by as big a margin as physically possible. Rudoni to Ironside. Well, they're backing off, so I'll go for it. But it struck a defender. It's loose, I think. No, Fuchs just gets to it, but the second ball was definitely loose. I knocked this in front of Rudoni, actually, and we're getting onto it. And look at the run for Lancaster on this right-hand side. He's in. He's in behind. Lofted. Oh, dear. Terrible cross. Challenge. Well up. Doyle. Really good header. Rudoni. Bobbled up a little bit in front of him. Oh, he's laid that in front of himself. Oh, it's going in, isn't it? You just knew it the moment it left his boots. What a game to pull up the best goal of the season so far for Jack Rudoni. On Derby Day, you need your players to deliver. Lick the stamp. Fucking send it right into the top corner. Just laid out in front of himself, Rudoni. It wasn't even in the corner. I thought it got in off the post. It didn't. It was high, not wide, and it dipped down under the bar. Keeper no chance. Keeper no chance. Cambridge 1. Peterborough 0. Grins all round. Bit of trouble here on the counter. No, we've slowed them up and we've got bodies back. He says, as they open me up again, but Gwilt does brilliantly. And Rudoni will look for Joey. Oh, Joey doesn't have Ironside. Not Ironside. He's Ironside. He does now have Lancaster on the overlap. 2! Jackie boy! Oh, I was so desperate to win this. And it looks like we might. Big switch from Coles to Key. Into Elijah Stone. And Rudoni. Joey. Angle's tight. Oh, Jesus. Not tight enough to stop Joey from very nearly scoring a wonderful third. We are the better side by a margin for the first time in, really, the entirety of the last 2 episodes. But of all the games I'd want that to be, it's this one. Yes. Up the Yellers! Kanu to Platt. And Scheidler, he's going to go for a worldie. Oh, the keeper wasn't sure. Neither was I, to be completely honest. Neither was I. But thankfully wide of the target. would have given us a similar scenario to the one against Swansea. The goal for us came at about the same sort of time, and they had a nervy final 25 minutes, as would we have here. But we're doing what we need to now in this game. Hit that first time, Elijah. On your left, if you don't mind, but never mind. 2-0 still the scoreline with less than 20 to go now for Peterborough to try and turn it back around. And that is not going to happen. Knight. Oh, what time to have a scratch. Taylor to Platt to Scheidler. Brilliant. The one time, I'm like, I've got an itch. I can't wait. I've got to itch it. Cost me a goal. Ay, ay, ay. Peterborough pull it back to 2-1. Just there, we have a little bit of a... And then... Okay. We made it nervous against Swansea. Peterborough have made it nervy against us. But just as the Swans held on, so will the U's. We don't want any late drama here. Thank you, Derek Ray. 5 minutes to go. I have got changes waiting to be made, but the ball hasn't gone out of play since we made them. Trying to bring Conde on to try and firm up and give us that defensive solidity. But Josh Key is providing that defensive solidity at the minute. We will get it away. Oh, and if that pass had found Lancaster, we would have been certainly holding on to the lead until the end of the game. But this is getting nervy now. Away, please. Doyle's clearance, not great. Platt, Knight, away, comfortably. There we go. That's the dub. Thank you, ref. Thank you, ref. Cambridge 2, Peterborough 1. Win against Peterborough United. Brilliant. Just what we needed. And, well, in some style, too, with Rudoni's goal. Loved it. Does that put us slightly closer to the playoffs at the end of the episode? 6 points the gap. Still very much achievable, the playoffs this season. We're very nearly at the halfway stage. We will be... Wow, how's that for a title fight? 3 points from 1st to 5th. The first 3 sides all separated only by goal difference. Morley wants to get some more first-team football, and we'll have the opportunity to get plenty throughout the course of the season. But we'll have to settle for bench only as it stands. A busy month of December. Bristol City, Coventry, Birmingham, Stoke, Cardiff, Derby, Middlesbrough. So we'll probably split that into 2. So as we have a full impact, or a fuller impact, on our championship fate this season. Not got many plans for January at the minute. Obviously, we will be losing Borthwick Jackson. So the money raised from that will go into the wage budget. We're going to offer most of the squad new contracts. From there, we'll wait and see if anything else happens. I'm open to maybe a couple of players leaving, but it only depends who comes in for who and their role in the squad. But I think Doyle is going to get that start continually now ahead of Brian at centre-back. And Coles has grown again up to 77 now. Potential to be special for the left-back. And he is proving to be a player that will just not stop growing as the years go by. But hopefully we won't stop rising through the ranks to ensure that we keep up with him. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching this YouTube video. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already with notifications turned on. And we'll see you next time.